In my Father's house there's room for you. I go to prepare a place that's true. When the road feels lonely and hope seems far, look to the Shamayim, see the guiding star. Oh yeah, you're chosen, never alone. Yahusha's love will bring you home. Do not let your heart be troubled, trust in Yahuwah, His word is faithful. Yahusha goes before to make a way, guiding Yahshua every day. He is the truth, the life, the light, your deliverance in the darkest night. Lift up your voice, hold on to Amunah. Baruch be Yahuwah forever. Hallelujah, Yahuwah forever. The world may hate you, trials may come, but Yahusha said, take heart, overcome. He walked through suffering, pain and loss, nailed to the tree, but the victory was won. Was won. So when your heart is weary and torn, remember His word since the day you were born. Oh, I'll never leave you, never forsake. Trust in my promise, my love won't break. Shalom I leave, my shalom I give, not as the world gives, but so you can live. Yahshua, hold fast, don't turn away. Yahuwah's love endures each day. Do not let your heart be troubled, trust in Yahuwah, His word is faithful. Yahusha goes before to make a way, guiding Yahshua every day. He is the truth, the life, the light, your deliverance in the darkest night. Lift up your voice, hold on to Amunah. Baruch be Yahuwah forever. Hallelujah, Yahuwah forever. Hallelujah. Yahusha said it, believe it's true. His love and favor will carry you. Do not be troubled, do not fear. Yahuwah's love endures each day, always near. Do not let your heart be troubled, trust in Yahuwah, His word is faithful. Yahusha goes before to make a way, guiding Yahshua every day. He is the truth, the life, the light, your deliverance in the darkest night. Lift up your voice, hold on to Amunah. Baruch be Yahuwah forever. Hallelujah, Yahuwah forever. Yahusha said it, believe it's true. His love and favor will carry you. Do not be troubled, do not fear. Yahuwah and Yahusha are always near.
I heard how you moved, walked on the waters. I read how you changed the bitter to sweet. I've seen your hand provide what I needed. It's a wonder only you can complete. I expect the unimaginable. Yahuwah works the incredible, far beyond what I ask or dream. My life is a wonder unseen. Yahuwah can do anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. Anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. I heard how your touch healed the broken. I read how your garment restored the weak. how your love lifts me from shame, giving strength when I'm weak. I believe the unimaginable. Yahuwah works the incredible. More than I ask, think, or imagine. My life is a wonder through Him. Yahuwah can do anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. I can do anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible. What you will, when you will, how you will too. You're all powerful. What you will, when you will, how you will too. You're in control. Yahuwah can do, anything, anything you says to. Nothing's impossible. Anything, anything you says to. Nothing's impossible. Yahuwah can do anything, anything He chooses. Nothing's impossible for Yahuwah to do. When the sun begins to rise and the shadows fade away, I will lift my hands to Yahuwah and begin my day. Your word is my delight, my lamp along the way. I'll follow where you lead, I will trust and obey. When the noise of life is loud and the path feels hard to trace, I will quiet all my thoughts just to seek your face. Seek His face with all your heart. Stay in His truth, don't drift apart. Lift your voice in love and praise. Seek His face all of your days. Seek His face with all your heart. Stay in His truth, don't drift apart. Lift your voice in love and praise. Seek His face all of your days. In the battles that I face, when the winds begin to roar, you're my refuge and my strength, the one I'm living for. Every tear that I have cried, you have held in place. Yahuwah, restore my weary soul as I seek your face. When the nights feel long and cold and I'm longing for your light, you remind me of your love. There's nothing better. Ask and you will give, seek and you will find. There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God. Ask and you will give, seek and you will find. There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better.
Everybody, welcome to THC. We're Mark and Kim. We're so glad you could join us today. On today's program, we're going to continue to talk about YAHUAH versus Christianity. And we're going to get into that. I just want to give you a couple announcements. One, this is the end of November, the month of December. We're going to come on, I think, twice, possibly, but definitely a pop-up. But right around the time of the end of the full moon cycle, so we can share with you guys the actual Shabbat. So the day of rest, if you want to participate in that. So we'll pop in and share that with you right before that happens. But other than that, we won't be broadcasting on every Sunday in the month of December. We will continue in the early, or of course in January. But we're excited about what's happening, and especially about the subject today. And Kim was she was talking to me about this one word that we're going to share with you. And again, it goes along with YAHUAH and Christianity. So, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it.
There's not something else.
Huh?
No, there's not. I'm like,
No,
no.
you're not-
I sound like my granddaughter did that.
Hey, listen,
I was excited. I was like,
our grandkids,
no.
like our three granddaughters, right? So they each got
Oh
different
yeah,
color
Elijah had
hair.
another baby. That's right.
Huh?
We didn't ever announce Elijah had another baby.
Oh yeah, we have three grandbabies now,
Mm-hmm.
and so we got Paris, we got Journey, and we got Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is that Paris' hair is blonde. She's blonde and green eyed.
The oldest one.
Blonde and green.
Mm-hmm. Hazel, yeah, green.
Hazel, and then Journey
Is
brown
with blue eyes.
blue eyes.
Harmony,
Harmony,
black hair.
black hair,
Brown eyes.
brown, and with the gray around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brown with the gray.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. So her might change colors.
Yeah, hers might change because she's still a baby. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was funny because they're all each of their hair
Mm-hmm.
is took on a different
Color.
color. and
and
all
Harmony.
have different
Harmony is
personalities.
now the complexion of.
Yeah, she's my complexion.
Mm-hmm.
She's right now she's my complexion. And then, of course, the other two that you guys have already seen.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been grandparenting. It's been great.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great. So it's just a wonderful thing. Oh, and then so now when we go see him, Journey runs up to the door. Oh, you know what, you guys? I
vetted it.
what the videotape?
Yeah, because we might need to vet some stuff y'all be doing.
Wait a minute. Let me show you the videotape. Okay,
Let me see.
Wait a minute.
I ain't seen the videotape.
Okay. y'all gotta listen to this, okay? Yeah, watch this. Yeah, you will. Wait, hold on. This is so funny. They're saying, they're saying YAHUAH.
Yeah, I know. This is what happens when we leave him in a room by himself with these kids. That's Journey? Yeah, that's Journey. Oh. Okay.
That was
That's
funny.
funny. Well, this is what happens when Papa comes in around. But no, YAHUAH, that's Paris and Journey.
Yeah, so they would say it.
I know, I'm laughing because
They say it, and it just arrests the atmosphere, and they enjoy saying it too.
they
you
do.
know?
They do.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because they act like you so much. But what I was excited to say, and I shouted out, is the fact that if you need to always go to the website for more information or updates. We're going to be using the website more so to communicate or to give out information. So always pay attention to the website, and you can actually If you have not set up a YouTube account, you can go to the website and watch as well while you're traveling or whatever. So you always go to the website to watch, to give, to send in a praise report. You can always go to the website. It has all the information on how to communicate to us, whatever you need to get to us. Okay. With that,
Okay.
also, as Mark said, we're only going to probably pop up twice in December, and that's only because of the day of rest. We're going to, some of you guys still don't know how to see the full moon and understand it, so we're going to help you so you know when to start the count. And so that would be probably one pop up, and then the actual coming out of the day of rest will probably be the next pop up. But other than that,
Yeah. So yeah,
this message today, from spinning off from Sunday, last Sunday, is YAHUAH versus Christianity. If you did not get a hold of that on the past week of what we talked about on that Sunday, my goodness, you have to go back because we're going forward on this one. So it's going to be good. We're gonna do a little bit of catch up to get you guys a little bit caught up, but we're going to go forward into that message.
Psalms 89, verse 34. And I learned it as, my covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that's gone out of my mouth. That was said. Here was King David hearing this from YAHUAH. YAHUAH is talking to him about his covenant that he will not break. Now, we're talking about the subject, YAHUAH versus Christianity. Why is that? Okay, and this is where in the Christian mind, I think that we came on last week and we said earlier that we're laying the foundation and providing what YAHUAH has given us through the Ruach, which is wisdom. Okay, and that wisdom helps you be able to see more into your Father's letter. So as we're talking about this, you're developing the wisdom to see, having eyes to see, because it's easier to talk to a son or a daughter of YAHUAH when they know his name. Because now you can see through any type of fluff because you have the fruit of your Father. And that's what's so important. Now, YAHUAH, remember, there's so many things that he said that we all looked at, like, ain't nobody else's name like mine, and then I got so much. I know.
Okay, slow down. Wait.
Okay, slow down. Okay, so I was doing a little research again, because you got to go research. There is not the scripture doesn't say 10 commandments. It says 10 words. Like these, like the word of YAHUAH, right? 10. And so there are 10 words, or 10 statements. Okay? And inside those statements were the commands. Were the commands. That's where they sat. And so now let's take us down the religious road. The religious road is you're a teenager, or you're a young adult, or you're a kid and you grow up in a quote unquote Christian house. First thing they do is rush you to what? What's that? Daycare. Indoctrinated. You start getting indoctrinated.
I know. What's the word?
Well, we never
Sunday school.
Sunday school.
Yeah, I could get that. Yeah.
Okay, Sunday school. How many of you guys have been through Sunday school? Can you guys tell me that? And where and what time and what age were you when you were introduced to the word Christian? I'd like to know that. And because this is important, so if you're watching, I just kind of want to look at your numbers and see where you guys have, where you just remember using that word. When did it come? When did it meet you? Yeah, and then after that, we'll continue to go. Now, for me, we were in New York. I'll never forget it, and I can't go to the location, but I remember the atmosphere. I definitely remember the atmosphere, and it was a wood cemented building, and had big old ceilings, them big. And so it looked like it was a Baptist church, definitely Baptist, because I remember the guy in the white and red robe. And I thought for a second, because he was black, I thought, how come, I remember I'm 5 years old. I said, why does he have the priest's robe on? He's black. He's not supposed to have that. Because I thought it belonged to the Pope. Because I knew about the Pope, because, during that time, you guys remember every time the Pope moved an inch, NBC would cover it. So he was highly glorified. And I just remembered seeing that black guy. I'm thinking, what is he doing? How did he get permission to
wear the robe?
To wear that robe? And then all of a sudden, I had no clue that, we were just in the front row. How we got there, we got this ride and we went up to the front row and I just kept walking by all these people. Now, I'm going to tell you in the mind of a 5-year-old what I was thinking. I'm important. That's what I thought. I'm just going to be transparent, just totally true.
The way you think.
The way I thought.
Not an average 5-year-old.
Not the average 5-year-old. I kid you on everything I knew. I was strutting myself, boy. I was like, I'm important. And then I remember looking down at my brother's shoes. And I remember telling him, do not wear those shoes. Because he had these Buster Brown shoes that I hated those shoes. So I was like, but my brother was like,
by 6 years.
6 years old. He was almost 12 probably.
Yeah, he looked at you
I was like
5.
He's like 12. And I'm going, you wearing these. No, I was like 5 and he was 12 around there. Yeah. So I'm looking at this and going, what is he doing wearing them shoes? And he flooding. And I was like, oh man. So Dad, and my dad he's just a very loving man, just will give you everything. He just loved, but born in a different era. And now he knows Yahusha. Definitely know that. He was just a Bible believer. Whatever it said, that's what he believed. Okay, he's not a researcher. That's the Bible. Okay, and just like the majority of the people that will watch this program in the past after you, that's the way they are. They will. I believe in the Bible, and that is an approach, but that's exactly the approach that Satan needs to deceive. Just nonchalant and don't look at it like that. So anyway, so I was. And this is my experience while I wait for everybody else here. And I know you're reading those. But so I'm going up to now sit in the front row. Now, I remember that my dad was calm, cool, and collective. My little brother wasn't born yet. So, and then I was there, and I'm the analyzer, okay? And I know that my mom's got, can we hold your hand? Hold your hand. No, come up so they can see it. Oh. So my mom's holding me like, you know how you guys, the white, they do it, like stand back, stand back, right? Yeah. Like she's trying to help me to stand back. I'm trying to get my groove on, right? And she like just pulling my hand back, but she squeezed my hand tight. I was like, ooh, like right. And then Bob, my older brother, he don't know what's going on. I'm like, look at all these people up in here. I'm famous, right? I didn't know the word famous, right? And I'm giving you because what I want to point out is funny
your dad.
Because how funny it is, look what kind of atmosphere Lucifer put there. Because I did not sense anything about the Most High, not the way they were describing it. Right. So I'm going into this building, and I'm going to share something with you that is going to, as a 5-year-old, I'm going to tell you what I heard. And I never to this day forgot that. Never forgot. I know what I heard as a 5-year-old. And I'm telling you, I can paraphrase it, but I know exactly what it meant. So my mom was there, and then they, so the guy with that robe, the preacher dude, got up and he started preaching, right? And so he got up and he was screaming and hollering. I don't even remember anything he said. I don't even know if he read the Bible. I don't know. I just heard screaming, and then I saw all these older black men get up and kneel on the thing, and they started crying and stuff. And I was saying to myself, not that I heard, I was saying to myself, why are they doing that? Now I'm saying to myself, 5 years old, and I got an attitude. So my mom notices my attitude. She says, "You better do something with that to your face." Right now, my other brother's over there. He's like, he acting like
Your older
my older brother. I'm going, what is wrong with you? And my dad is very emotional, right? So he was crying, but my mom wasn't feeling it, right?
You and your mom were the same, and
Yeah,
your older brother and your dad were the same. It always been that way.
And so now it came time for my dad to I guess talk, whatever. And I don't know what he was doing. I don't remember. I don't think it was an offering. I just don't know. It was whatever he was doing.
It was just his turn.
It was his turn. And I remember the book he talked about when he got up. And when he got up describing what was in Matthew, I don't know what chapter, I don't know what verse. I was only 5 years old. I don't know nothing about no Matthew. I don't know nothing about none of his names. I heard Matthew. And when he was talking, on the right side of my ear, this like a deep grumbling voice said, "That's not true. That's not true what he's saying." And if I could literally go back into I was trying to equate that voice to like a deep barrel old man voice, but it didn't scare me. I just know I heard it. It said, "That's not true." Yeah, but it was a deep deep voice. Kind of just a baritone voice, you know, and it said it right in my ear. And then what's happened said, "That's not true." When it said true, I felt the wind true, like you know how wind comes out. I felt it hit my ear. I'm sitting there going. Then as a kid, when I heard that, I said, "He lying." Like my dad was lying. I was like, "He lying." But I didn't equate. I'm hearing this. And when I heard it, I looked up, he lying. Right? Okay, and then it went away. Right? And so that was that event. Now, from that time, we were just called Baptists. So the introduction of this Christianity, Satan starts, obviously, he gets us at a very young age. And then we go down. So that's my story. What's yours?
Well, I do know for sure it was the first time we ever went to church.
Okay.
And the word is ever. I was, this was after my dad died. So,
how old were you though?
I know, that's,
Okay.
So I was about 9 or 10 actually, because only thing, we went to church for was holiday services. So it would be Easter service. That's the only time we went was Easter service ever. That's all I remember. And I was the initiator of it because my mom, it's one thing I could say, my mom didn't have us in church. And I keep saying that we wasn't in church. We didn't start going to church is when I wanted to be in the choir. I knew nothing about choir, but something about my dad died and I wanted to be in the choir. So we went to church. We went for a few minutes, and then I became part of the, they call it the junior youth choir or whatever. It was Baptist too, but whatever. And
I thought your mom took.
You telling me about my story?
No, your mom told me about her sister. Never mind, forget it. Okay, I got it.
My parents never went to church. We never went to church. So we went to church when my dad died. After all that, I went to church, and I was part of the choir. That's the only time I wanted to go to church. I didn't want to hear that man preaching. I didn't want to hear nothing. The only time I showed up was for choir practice. My mom would drop me off for choir practice. But other than that, we didn't go to church. My mom and my family did not, and this is the truth, did not go to church until we were called and we had our own. And that's my mom and my mom's sister and my uncle. They all came to me and Mark's church. But growing up, I think they had a growing up because that's all they
I know
that's all they ever was in church. So when they moved out and came here to California, my mom came first and came to California. They didn't go to church. They just did their thing. My mom was in the Word, but she did not go to church. She did not physically go into a building, sit down, and she didn't do that. That didn't come into play until on an Easter Sunday when I wanted to be a part of the choir, and I was part of the choir. After that, I was part of the choir, blah, blah. That's when she come to church. She'll come see her baby singing. And that was it. She didn't come. After that, I grew up, became an adult, got married. He got, and then with all that stuff. And that's when my mom restarted going to church. So my mom and her sisters and her brothers, you know, she has a big family, but they went to church from birth. So that's all they knew was church. They was in the choir, they sung, they did all that, blah, blah. So I think what happened was what they learned and what their experience wasn't something they liked. I don't know, but they didn't have us in church like that. So my experience was that. So my first experience was when after my dad died, and I wanted to be part of it. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I was into choir. I still to this don't understand why I liked the choir. But I was always in the choir, but I never went to church. But it didn't matter. There's something about singing. I always wanted to sing. So that's what church, choir, sing, whatever. But that's the only time. But other than that, but my mom knew that word, boy. she knew that word. But when she physically did not be committed to a church until actually her daughter, me, and her son-in-law actually had a church building, and we were actually started church in her actual home.
She was the secretary.
Yeah, but we started in her home. Mm-hmm. In her home is where our first church service was at.
Yeah.
So that's when my mom went back to church from childhood. She never went after that, besides going to take me for the special church events. Other than that, mm-mm. And it wasn't that she didn't like the word, or she just didn't want to be something. She never explained it, but she knew her word and she read her word, but she never was in a building until me and my husband was called into ministry, and we had service on her fireplace. It was his pulpit was the fireplace. Mm-hmm. And my husband would go in, boy, on that fireplace. And from there we grew, and we went to a building. But that was when my family, my mom, her sister, and my uncle, that's when they all came back into church. But then, boom, stuff happened. But that's my experience. But I didn't have a Baptist experience. I didn't have as I grew up, I knew about it because my friends were in church. So I would go around and knew about it. But I personally didn't get affected by the nuance. So when we had service and when stuff would go around, I was able to deflect really good. So when Mark's talking about how he looked at that said that ain't true, then he looked at his daddy, and I could see Mark doing that, looking at you's a liar.
I told him he was a liar.
I know, and I could see that because if you knew his mama, he had a personality like his mom.
And now Journey has that.
So the seed that I noticed that as I'm reading through, we all experienced that church experience at a very young age. It's amazing that between 5 to 7, we were all introduced in a way to church service, to being in a church building, and to being an experience of being indoctrinated by, really it was manipulation, witchcraft, and all those things. but we didn't even know because he had to take us at such a young age to get us hook, line, and sinker, and to bring in this in to where we are now, and to understand Yahuwah versus Christianity is Christianity is at a point where even if you try to go in and minister onto one that you think is lost, breaking that Christianity off of that individual is a slim to none. You don't even have the ability, because if Yahuwah does not breathe on them, they are stuck in that cycle, and there's nothing you could do. And I'm just thankful that he took the opportunity to blow on me. I'm so thankful that I can say that if it wasn't for COVID, I don't know where we would be today. Because COVID slowed down everybody, and it gave Yahuwah his opportunity to breathe on who he may will. And it also exposed the fact and the posture of people in Christianity, how their mindset was, that their mindset was even higher than the name they used, Jesus. They were so, that spirit was so consumed by them, in them, that even themselves thought they were higher than Jesus themselves. They're Jesus themselves. If you went back and if you recall and you just paid attention, you say, how you put yourself higher than the one you say you serve. And all those things you saw, that even in my time sitting on my couch and just being shut in and just listening and getting my stomach turned behind that gave the opportunity for Yahweh to breathe on me. And that's when I learned his name. And that's when I started seeking out his name. Didn't even tell Mark anything, but seeking his name. And then one day I said, Mark, you need to look into sing with you. I said, Mark, you need to look into the Jesus. See, something going on. Mm-hmm. And that's all I said. And I didn't say nothing else. And he didn't say nothing else. Next minute I know, about a month or 2, 3 months later, he's like, did you know that thing? So we both have our experience, but Yahweh breathed on us differently, but we both got breathed upon. And that, as a couple, is the most beautiful thing. Because as a couple, being breathed upon together, but at different times, it gives you a different insight. So I don't no longer fight to convince anybody about who Yahweh is. And when you see Yahweh versus Christianity in the title that is of today's message, is that Yahuwah will never go outside of his will and what he has said he will do. He will never do that. So when we sit here and we talk about our experiences on how we got introduced to Christianity, look at Lucifer when Yeshua was not born yet. He was looking to take out that age group. He wanted to know when that baby was going to be born. Okay, he didn't find out when that baby was born, but he was looking for him even as a child to take him out. So to see that we were 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, that we were introduced, that goes to exactly the character of who Lucifer is. He wants to take you out, wants you to be sucked in and part of his atmosphere as early as he can, just so he could keep you in a mind control, in a manipulative, and in a state of where he has full authority over you. And I'm just sitting here like, my goodness, he's so masterful at his plan. He's so masterful at his plan that when you sit there, now that you're out and you're looking in, you sit there and it's like, ain't no way there's no way they could do it on their will. No individual could do it on their own will. There's no way they could be pulled out. Okay.
Allie, I didn't get yours, Allie, when you popped in. And what we asked the question was, and if anybody else wants to respond to the question, is when did you first get introduced to Christianity? Okay. When did you first get introduced to Christianity? What I'm seeing here, like Jamie, 7 years old, Carlita, 5 years old, Lauren, 5 to 7 years old, Valerie, Valerie, we got 2 Valeries, right? Yeah, there's 2 Valeries, I guess. Okay. Valerie Cruz, 8 years old, Mariah, 4 to 5 years old, Stephanie, she just said from the get-go, she don't even remember. She came out the womb, went straight into the choir.
Yeah.
Right? Vicky's Catholic, so she's from birth. They don't know anything different, right? And then, of course,
Edwards,
Ali, I didn't see that. And then Valerie Edwards from 7. So, but when you look at the time that you got introduced there, that system had been in the earth realm for so long, and we just adopted it. We all adopted it. We all adopted it. So, what do we have? Okay, Erica. Thank you, Erica. 5 years old. Okay, and so like, what is with that? 5. I mean, we see this.
Yeah, we were brought into a system that's been around for centuries,
Right.
and but we got to understand, it was there even before Yeshua. I'm saying that.
Yeah, and Christianity was there before that.
Yeah, and to think that mindset, that master plan that Lucifer had to seek after a child, you guys got to understand that.
He's still seeking after children.
Yes.
And then, by the way, there's a big, and I want to bring this up because Christianity falls into this category. And is that?
No, it's
okay.
restart, yeah.
It falls into our category. It falls into this category. So remember, Lord is the word Baal. For to worship Baal. And the power, what I can see in hindsight today, is to get people, especially the children, the memory of a child, never, ever, ever, ever to question Jesus. That's who you could never question in Christianity. And Satan was very clever when he says, no man comes to the Father except through me. So that statement, when it's misunderstood, you get okay, because that was the Christian, one of Christian's strong words. And on top of that, they would sit what? John 3:16 onto that since God gave the Son, and we can't get to God unless we go through the Son.
Right.
Satan had them. In the English language, Satan got you onto Christianity with those 2 statements by himself. And that's because when we first came on, I read to you what? Psalms 89:34. And it talks about a statement that Yahuwah uses. And he said he's not going to break. He's not going to alter. He's not going to change whatever has come out of his mouth. And what is never going to change is his covenant. Now, so this is what I wanted you guys to see, is that you're not alone. You're not alone when it comes to not knowing everything, that you want to know more because of you being an adult today. But look at this. We're dealing with all these. You guys we're all hanging out. We're in diaper school. Basically, you 7, 8 years old, and just go back 20 years. And 30 years, and 40 years. You're going back where every week at some point in time, you said Jesus since that age. Think about that. That name has stole jobs, houses, health, family, and secretly did it. Lucifer was behind every disease in every family. And we gave him our family. And he just secretly took them. Secretly took them. And secretly took them. And he took them because we welcomed him by using that name, that Jesus name, that Lord name, that God name. And look when he got you all of us to start doing that. 7, 5, 7, 5, 5, 5 years old, 4 years old, 7 years old.
Because we got to remember. You remember when Yeshua and the kings came after he was born?
Yeah.
What age was that?
He was around 5. He was older.
No.
Yeah, it was the same age.
Right. Who wants to be like the Most High?
He wants to be like that.
So he wants to do everything
right
around being like
the treasures, like the Most High. He comes when he was a lad, young lad.
Yeah.
The scripture said he was a young lad.
Yeah. And I'll minister unto you.
Come to me at the same age, you know. Yeah, I'm Jesus, you know, come to me. And he walked us right in there, and then we gobbled up his food. And
in innocence.
In innocence. And he liked that innocence. And in your innocence at 7 years old, he hated you. And if you go back, even to this day, you guys I want to help you guys with something. Again, this is just wisdom. And if I can use it in terms of like a salt. Salt is the easiest way because most people can relate to too much salt. And I think we were talking about this where, say like one person doesn't have health issues, right? But it's got money issues. Okay, you guys got that one? So, okay, so one person has, and I'm still on the same subject of this name, because remember we were talking about that the guy, like Lucifer, just wants worship, and the area that you worship him the most in is the area that he attacks. I want to say it again. The area in your past that you worshiped him the most in is the area he attacked. You got to hold on to that. The area that you worship him, because some people worshiped and use that word Jesus on certain subjects. Let's say we got money, we got health, we got what? Family, we got job. So whichever the category is, relationships, like you praying for the relationships, but it's like salt. So if I took a glass of salt and or empty cup like this, a cup, and I was to drop one drop of salt, and I do another drop, and it would take me a long time if I'm just doing one drop at a time. Whatever I just poured though, I can eventually fill up the cup. Okay, quicker. So, and the kid was talking about this, so I'll be like, so I'm the kind of person that I've never really prayed for like my body, right? So when the doctor told me that I had an incurable disease, I just told him he was lying. And Kim told me to, I was knock that dog joker out, boy. What you mean incurable? And Kim said, sit down. I was just like, boy, I was getting ready to, I don't know what. I was like, I got offended that he said that to me. And Kim made me sit down. This is we're again. So, but Lucifer had hit me with something and caused my brainstem to be frozen. And this was his health scare, I guess. Right? And
the funny part was the funny part is keep doing your thing.
Yeah, but you know, no. What I'm saying is that he did that health scare But I remember I never really prayed. I told the Most High at that time. I was like, yeah, thank you for healing me, and that was it.
But no,
that was good.
The funny part is, y'all, he said he would never walk again. Mark didn't realize he jumped up and was walking. I'm about to hurt the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, he said I would need help, assistance all the rest of my life. Shoot, that is not gonna happen.
But
I jumped up. I want to sock him right in his
but I was trying to say, this is how YAHUAH works. In your disbelief and receiving that,
I jumped up.
You was already made whole.
I sprang up. Yeah, I sprang up.
You was already made
whole. And then after that, I didn't even pray about it. But here's what I want to talk to you again. Remember the salt thing. So I never really prayed. I never ever really prayed about my body at all. Mm-hmm. But when it came to business or believing, and I'm just being transparent.
Yeah, that's always
And so I pray for covering over my team or whatever, or like the staff, their finances. Mm-hmm. But that was a prayer of protection. But every time I said Jesus, I want to call him something so bad right now. That name, mm-hmm. that name, mm-hmm. I was worshiping mm-hmm. Lucifer with that name, mm-hmm. begging him to be involved. So if I did that, say, I'm going to do a small scale. So if I did that 10 times, or say 5 times, mm-hmm. okay, he'll give it to me. Right? Then, notice how long would that last? A week or 2? 3 days?
Yeah, about that.
3 days. He'll come back to me with another scenario. He didn't want 5 times this time, because I already gave that to him. So he'd want 7. So I give him 7 worships in the name of Jesus. Then he'd let me go for a couple days. Mm-hmm. Then he'll create another scenario, financial need. Come back, he want more. Now he got me praying 10 times that name. Y'all getting it? Mm-hmm. Okay. And every single time he came back, did you notice that intercessory prayer went longer each time? Mm-hmm. Because we had to go longer because we got to get this breakthrough. Right? Mm-hmm. And it was ever the subject that you constantly prayed about is where you welcomed him at, and the subject that you didn't pray about is where you had liberty at. Ain't that something?
Yeah. Because you never invite him into those other subjects.
Yeah. So he can only destroy or take out what, he was never, and this is where Bell's at. And before we came out on the air, and again, I'm glad you guys are here because I'm trying to share these things with you, these little nuggets along the way. Right now today in France, and I don't have the document that in front of me, but it's on the news. They're having a parade, and they brought out 2 of these machines in France today because of this, what they're going through with the turmoil with Africa continents. They can't steal from them no more. So the president over there told them, bye-bye, hasta luego. Right? Basically, that's what he told them. And so France was acting like they was rolling, but the whole time France was colonizers, and they colonized Africa, and they were a tourist nation.
France or
France.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're a tourist nation. Mm-hmm. They don't have any productivity. They don't have nothing comes from them.
No, they can't offer no.
They can't. Nothing. They don't export nothing to nobody.
I was gonna say export.
Mm-hmm. They were thieves, mm-hmm. and they stole.
All theirs had to be imported.
Yeah, since this is like 300 or 400 years. Mm-hmm. So for 300 or 400 years, if you were born in France, you were just part of a colony that would colonize Africa, and your wealth was coming from Africa, and they were sitting over there like walking around like kings and queens and stuff. and not even working. Just going to school, get educated, to sit back and have a tourist nation. And so imagine being born where the system itself was taking care of you because it's stealing from somewhere else. It's not like here in the States, if a man don't work, he don't eat, But in France, you didn't have to work to eat. There was not. That's why they got them beautiful chateaus on the side of a mountain. Everybody, cooking a piece of bread or doing something like that, feeding somebody. They don't have to worry about paying electric bill, water bill, gas bill, car notes, all these. They get all of that handed to them because they were stealing from Africa. So Africa recently cut that off. Here's my point I want to get to. They had a parade. And do you know that, remember, Satan want more. They brought out Baal, a big, Baal worship, a Baal image of Baal. Now, the image of Baal was, it looked like what you would call a bull, with man body features, and he would hold his hands out, and he would do that because he would want your children. All right? But in Christianity, he does it through the word Lord. So, oh Lord, give me, oh Lord, please, Lord, please. Yeah, well, it's Baal, because soon you hold your hands up like that, Baal, right? Same thing. That's what you do. And except you do intercessory prayer. You call it that, and they down there on the floor and they doing all that. You're worshiping Baal. That's what Christians do. In France, they did a parade. The whole country shows up. And they're worshiping this image of celebrating that they're trying to recollaborate their thinking that they're going to be this nation again. And so the president or whoever in the parliament, they bring out these two images to worship, and the people are worshiping it today, proving that France from day one worship Lucifer as a Baal worshiper. And that's what went into Africa and stole. And so that system, and you got to realize, in France, like France and Poland, that's where King James was associated with. All that right there is the same thing. It's just it's coming alive. It's in front of us today. It is right on. I'm not talking about something that's happened thousands of years ago. I'm talking about something that happened yesterday. Right? They're over there worshiping Baal today. So what we have to see is, I want to get to this point because we're coming to the end of the program here. I want to ask you guys this question. Have you, just put yes or no, heard of the word Torah? And if you have heard the word Torah, what do you think it means? And I'll wait for your response. Okay, so Torah, I want you to, you've heard of that. When did you hear it? How about like that? When did you hear about the word Torah? And from who? And what do you think it means? What do you think it means? And those of you that are maybe that are watching brand new, and but remember, it's not the Jewish. I don't want to give it away. I want to hear what you guys think of it. Yeah. So now, while you're looking for that, while you're putting your statements in, Kim's mom, they would tell mom, her mom, we would talk for hours about this apostolic church. In fact, we talked about it so much, I felt like I went to it. And Reverend James, is that his name? Reverend James Peterson.
When she was growing up?
Yeah, James Peterson.
I just know the last name was James.
James, yeah. Pastor James, Reverend James. He was an apostolic guy. They only had like 20 members, 20-something people.
I don't know
yeah. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe it was bigger than that.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger than that. Yeah.
Because he was the only one that was in the area.
Right. He was the only,
Yeah. And because your dad used to hang outside. of the building.
Yeah, because they lived in the prominent side of
So your dad, okay, this is what they said. Now stuff coming back. Kim's dad and Kim's dad's brother,
yeah.
right? Yeah, two brothers married two sisters. So the brothers didn't want to go to church. Okay, they thought the devil was up in there. They was right. At least they was sane. And Judy, I think, took your mom.
No, they had to go as
They had
kids.
to go as kids.
Yeah, because
Something
my
like
grandmother.
Something like that?
Yeah, my grandmother made them go.
But that was the apostolic church.
yeah, that was my grandmother. Not my grandfather, but my grandmother made them go.
And the two boys wanted to date the two girls. And, you know, you get your ears slapped like chapel bells over there during Mama, you know, Kim's mom and Judy. I mean, there was no mushy. You would get slapped in your ears. So the boys would have to wait. Marvin and Harold would have to wait until after they had to be to the church in order to go buy them a soda pop. Now, Marvin told me he would buy Judy a soda pop. 15 cents. He would get the soda pop, and he said that he was happy that she would take the soda pop. Isn't that something?
And it's funny because older brother, older sister, younger brother, younger sister.
It was just a trip.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they talked about that. And so that was some of their beginnings. But, you know, it's interesting that when we look at Christianity, the main thing that Christianity did is remove some of the things, and joking all stuff we're joking about, some of the stuff we're talking about is very serious. And this is why the last question I'm asking you about the Torah, because I want to help us here. And can we go to the book of YAHUAH? It's in John, and hold that place there. And I'm talking about the book of John because
What is it, though? 15, 16?
John, no, chapter 1. We're just going to go to chapter 1 right there. Okay. All right. So, again, I was asking the question about have you heard the word Torah, and what do you think it means? And can you tell me right around the time you heard it, if you can? Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to go here and read some of these. Okay. Do we see in there? Okay.
Yeah, my mom and them, they had the two brothers after them.
Yeah, two brothers after them. That's kind of funny. I'm gonna read some of these quotes, and they'll go down to, I think, Mikhail, yours is kind of funny. We were told as children not to question Jesus Christ.
That is correct.
Right. Right. Because
question the Bible, not Jesus.
Yeah, just
question the instruction of what
the Bible
Jesus,
said,
that they said Jesus said.
That they said Jesus said.
Yeah.
And she says, when I would question Grandma, she would tell me no trespassing. You know, because they didn't have the knowledge. They didn't know. Mariah puts, we were told that to question was a no trespassing zone. Okay. In other words, don't cross that line. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so we go here. Mariah begins it. The first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah, and partly correct. Okay, and like again, you know how it's interesting. So you can be partly right, but partly incorrect. So
it's amazing.
It's just interesting because that's how. You guys got to tell me, when did you find out that statement too, Mariah? Erica puts, the Torah is first 5 books of the Bible. Learned that when I was a teen. Can't remember who taught me. Okay. Like she was right to the point. Right. And so, but notice how Lucifer only wants you to focus on is this first 5 books. Notice the statement, first 5 books. You gotta realize Yahuwah never says nothing without meaning. He just don't go first 5 books, right? So we're gonna see that here in a bit. Mariah heard about 20 years ago. Carlita, I heard it as a teen in humanity class, and it was taught that it was the original writings before the Bible and before so much this word Christ here. Interesting. I like that one because that one's like more full to talk about. It was before the Bible. Now, again, and sometimes it's good to have these little refresher courses. Remember, the word Bible just means book, right? But when we look at, well, let me keep reading. When we look at this word Torah, we're going to go further into it. These are some good responses. And Mikkel puts, what she could. Can you read Mikkel's?
I don't even know where you're at.
Right after.
Mine's don't pop up that fast. So we're.
Oh, okay. Right after.
Who was it?
Carlita.
Carlita. Okay.
You're reading Mikkel's now.
Okay. It says, yes, I heard the word Torah years ago and was told it was the first 5 books of the Bible associated with Jews.
Oh, wow. So it's only associated with Jews.
That's what she had heard.
Right. So when it's associated.
That's how I heard it too, though. I went to Mikkel on that one. When I heard about the book of Torah, it was always Jewish.
That's Jewish. Not you.
Yeah. That was the Torah was something. It almost was sound like it was set apart. It wasn't even sound like it was part. As I heard about it, it wasn't set apart or part of even the 5.
Okay, now y'all get that.
They just talked about the Torah like it was something different, totally different. It had nothing to do with
because when I heard about the Torah when I was a kid, I heard of it and it was like it wasn't even in the Bible.
Right.
It was just these sacred books.
Yeah, that's exactly how
that belonged to these guys that wore these black top hats. Right? And then the wabi dabi at the wall. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. And I thought it had to do with them wobbing and dobbing at the door. And I said, okay, they got this book, special book. Yeah. But me as a Christian,
and I always felt like it was something different. It had nothing to do with the Bible.
I was like, here's how Lucifer. When I heard Torah, I said, oh, they lost.
Right. Because it made it sound like it was something totally different.
Yeah, I thought they was just like.
It's almost made it seem like, what's that one walk around with their own little book too?
Yeah, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah. So I thought it was in that same category.
Yeah, I thought that when I heard the word Torah, I literally thought it was a mockery of Jesus. That's how I saw it.
Because they never talked about the
and then I thought that they took Moses and make him say stuff that we don't agree with.
Right.
They took the first 5 books and manipulated them and created their own thing, and they called this Torah. They came up with that word. It's a lie. So already, as a Christian, I was against the first 5 books. Anybody raise a hand to that? I was already against it. So I was against it the way they read it, the way they understood it, the way they talked about it. Now, and so Lucifer already had it planned that he had to get us to separate the Father, right? Now let's put the words. Let's don't do Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Let's don't do that. Okay. But he had to get us to separate. Lucifer had to come at us where we would separate, or don't put the word next to Elohim. He didn't want those to connect, because the moment they connect, then he knew he'd be in trouble.
Yeah, because that opens the door for Yahweh to breathe on you.
Yeah, that opens the door for Yahweh.
His only job.
Separate.
Satan's only job and focus was to never let you feel the presence of Yahweh to breathe on you.
While you in that body.
And that is his goal till this day, until the 7th trump. He's gonna try his best to make sure everybody that he can do not experience the breath of Yah.
When he's doing it, and he's done it through Christianity. Christianity is the greatest tool that he's got. And nothing's stronger than Christianity. Muslims can't even touch that.
And he did it. He'll make you. He makes them think that the Father is breathing on them, because he makes you have this. Oh, I feel it.
Right. Yeah. Because remember you're 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got time to give you his presence, and that presence. Wow. He is the anointed cherub. So that presence is what his presence does. That's Lucifer's presence. In all those meetings and everything, that was all him.
Yeah.
And it's real. It's supernatural.
But he has to do that in order for you to stick and stay within his grip. The whole point is he's got to keep you in his grip. Because once he gets you, once you come out of that grip, he know he's done.
But and he knows that the anointing is going to be familiar. So we have a memory of it. So when you in his presence and you got that anointing on him, we know it's supernatural because it's not normal.
Right. Because our body is craving the connectivity of heaven because we came out.
And he's got some of that.
So like, okay, this connectivity is familiar, but you can't fully, because you have yet to not be released to experience YAHUAH. But you have familiarity spiritually because of that joker was up there with you already. So that's what he uses against you. That's why Yeshua said he's a master, because look at what he said when he went on top of that mountain. And if you listen to the words that were spoken, Yeshua was saying, this joker is taking the very thing that was in heaven and trying to use it against me to get me. To get me.
And then he takes his presence and puts it on all Christians. And they think that is the presence of YAHUAH, and it's not.
And it's not.
It's the presence of what YAHUAH created. Y'all created him, and Lucifer is giving you his presence, Christians. That's Lucifer's miracles. That's what he can do, temporary or whatever. He can bring the money. He in his business.
He could do those illusions.
All that stuff is all his. It's 1,000% his. There is not an ounce that is from YAHUAH, because YAHUAH never ever deliver Jacob's inheritance without his name. Period. He ain't doing nothing without his name. Nothing. He won't do nothing. Yeah. He'll let you die. He'll let you stay sick. He'll let you stay poor. He'll let you stay broke. He'll let you murder. He'll let you do suicide. He'll let you do all of that and still love you. But he ain't going to do none of it without his name. None of it. That's not what he's going to do. Now, look at this. Okay, so now I'm going to read some more of these here. Lauren, you said, Lauren said, I've heard of it. That's all she said. She had heard of it. Well, that's good that she didn't get no further than that. You go ahead and read Stephanie.
Stephanie says, I remember hearing the Torah profoundly when I came to the house. Its meaning, I thought it was the true message to YAHUAH's chosen people.
Okay, so that was the first time she heard it. Okay.
And the biggest I heard the Torah, but in the Besorah it was spelled with the T-U-R-A.
That's correct.
And then Ali said, I just learned about it 20 years ago.
Okay.
And then Lauren said, I heard the same thing. I don't know. Okay. And then and then she said, Stephanie said, the Torah wasn't for, her mind was saying like the Torah wasn't for all of us, only a select few.
Right. So now let us get to John. I want to read you something that you guys already know. Let's go on the screen real quick while we got some time here. Look at this. You guys already familiar with this verse. Remember this right here in the beginning. This right here summarizes the relationship. Now you got to think not just physical. You got to think first earth age and second earth age and third earth age here, guys. Number one, in the beginning was the Word. Hold on. And the Word was with Elohim, and the word was Elohim. Just notice that when you notice that in the Besorah, it will tell you that the word was Elohim. Okay? Notice what you don't see here. There's two things you don't see here that are very important. You don't see the name YAHUAH, and you don't see the name Yahusha. It's very important to understand this. When you're reading this, okay, let's come back. Okay, so now from Book of Malachi, we have almost 400 years. And the first thing after 400 years, it talks about the word in Elohim. That's the first thing it makes mention of. The word in Elohim. Men on earth are not hearing nothing for 400 years. And all of a sudden, the Creator and the breath, the word is being mentioned. Not YAHUAH, and not Yahusha. This is very important. And the reason being is that this is why they took YAHUAH, John's book, and pushed it back. Remember that? And then they brought Matthew forward. Because they was pretty smart at that. Because they said, man, if they sit there and start meditating on that.
Right. Again, Lucifer's goal was to never let you get any type of breath. Any type. That's why he finagled the books around it. He was keeping confusion so you would never tap in. But he forgot that YAHUAH made us always have triggers.
Triggers, yeah.
So certain words would like, okay. But it was up to you to put those pieces together and to seek out, like the word search.
Search, seek, and everything.
So as you talk about how he moved the books to do that, his whole goal, again, is to bring us right back to, I know where you're about to go, but back to YAHUAH versus, really you want to say YAHUAH versus Lucifer. Really, that's what it really should be saying. Christianity, because he used Christianity as a shield to block him. Lucifer put
Christianity up to block
him.
Block
yeah,
the
so
Father.
we don't see him.
We don't see him.
Yeah.
And if we don't see the Father, we can't see the Son.
Right.
Because
he thought, see, this is how dumb Lucifer is. He thought YAHUAH put Yeshua there to block him. Use him as, but no, they were as one. He could never understand that.
Yeah, that's right. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? You gotta say that again. Oh my God. Listen to that again. Listen to that again. Listen to that again. Listen to that again. Listen to that again and again.
Say it.
No, you gotta do it.
No, because you got
no.
Lucifer used Christianity as a shield so you wouldn't see him. Because he was so stupid to think that YAHUAH used Yeshua as a shield. But what he did not realize and understand that YAHUAH and Yeshua were one. There was never no need of a shield. So he's over here using a shield thinking he's going to be like. He's always on this be like and be blocked. Be liked and block. Be liked and block. Block, be like. Be like, block. His motive and the skills that he has, that's what he mastered. So he's over here thinking that since YAHUAH had Yeshua out here doing his bidding, as he thought, because that's what he thought. Yeshua's out here doing his bidding and whatever for YAHUAH. This is so good. So he thought, I'm going to put Christianity here and be my voice.
Yeah. In front of
and be my blocker.
Yeah, I'm gonna block him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna block him.
And I'm gonna use Christianity.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Christianity because I'm gonna block. Yeah. I'm gonna block Yeshua.
Yeah,
I'm gonna block Yeshua. So you dumbass. But then Christians came, and
then his group grew.
And then Christians came and helped separate it even more, and came up with Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
and these are the three trinities. They each have their own personality.
Makes no sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So Christianity separates them and say there's a son, there's a father,
Then there's a
and there's a spirit. They're all three different. Idiots. That's a lie from the pit of hell. That's exactly how Satan wants them to think.
And that's exactly how he lost. Period.
That's how he lost. Period.
No, before we even get to the seventh trial, he already lost. So what we're waiting is to be consumed. Him to be consumed. You know how he lost? When Yeshua had to go and get those keys. They thought it was keys, but it wasn't. It was us, our souls, our spirits, our and what happened? Now we became one again with Yahuwah. And that's how he's able to use his breath, because he's breathing within and not over.
That's right, because he couldn't do that until then. Y'all got that?
So he already lost. Now it is.
That's okay. So what you understand, the loss that you're talking about. This is why it does. That's why it doesn't say saved. So Lucifer covered up the word saved from the word delivered.
Yeah, Lucifer used the word saved to cover the word delivered.
So he came to deliver us.
That's why Yeshua went to the bowels of hell and to gather what he has taken.
Right.
Lucifer taken, meaning our souls. Our soul.
Yeah, he stole it.
Yeah, he stole our soul.
Yeah. And
And
he had the right to do with it whatever he wanted to. But we couldn't be judged because...
No, but I'm saying, so Lucifer's dumb self, because he think he's got it like that, but he's so dumb that he didn't even realize Yeshua needed to be crucified. He needed it because so he could get in there.
But that's why
that's the only way he could get in there.
That's why he was saying,
yes,
if you be the Son, because he knows in his mind, he's like, you're the Son, but the only one that can be crucified is the Father.
Right.
So how are you going to do this?
Right. You don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. Y'all two different people.
He never understood they were one.
They were one.
He never understood the fact that they were one.
It was the same one. What a fool. And that's where Christianity messed up at, because they don't understand covenant.
So to get the covenant back into us, because now it's got to be in us. It can't be out.
Right.
Now it has to be in us.
Right.
In order for that to happen, Yeshua had to only to gain access to in the hell state, because that's not where they went. They didn't. That's not their thing. But he had to go in there to gather out
of the paradise.
But they called it keys. But that's how dumb.
It wasn't like no. It's not. It's not like a key.
Yeah.
It's not a key.
No. It was to gather those souls that were in there. That soul that was in there that he was using for future. But Lucifer's stupid. So now that turmoil that was taking place down in hell when Yeshua was in there, it was him just got they didn't understand it. The people that was in hell didn't even understand it. Lucifer's children didn't even understand it. But once he came out, they're like, well, what the heck? What was all that about? Nobody understood that.
By the time
it was done and over with.
But it was
too late.
It was too late, and he still don't understand it today. He still don't understand it. He's too stupid because darkness can't comprehend light. So he's still stupid today.
But the only way that we today was able to come out and to hear was because Yeshua released our soul and allowed access back into us so the Father could breathe in us. Because of what was on the outside now had to come in on the inside.
That's it.
The covenant that was made with Moses, it had to come on the inside of us now. It couldn't be on the outside because the way Lucifer contaminated and did all those things. So when he went down in there, he snatched that up and put it in us. It was in us. So now when you have an experience, which we all had, and I hope you had one as well, the breath of Yahuwah to breathe on us, to see his name.
That you cannot see his name unless he breathes in you.
Yeah. Why is it in you now?
It's impossible.
Because he's got to wake up
You
the
can't,
inside of you.
but here's the thing you gotta understand. It's impossible for someone to read you that name and impossible for you to even hear it. That's what Yeshua was saying. He says they would hear but can't hear, read and not understand. Because he says the only way you can have it is that only one person can do it. And he says this, it must be given. You don't get to accept like what Lucifer's talking about. With the Christian, I'm gonna accept him, and you gonna make a demand. You can go outside my front door and accept that you can come and sit in here all you want to.
You're gonna be sitting right outside.
I like him. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna agree with him. I like him. I'm gonna be a part of his family. Says who? No invite. No access.
No access.
Yahuwah has only invited his children. His children.
Okay.
I was gonna.
He only invited the ones he made the covenant with, their children's children.
Yeah, he invited those. Yeah.
So
going back there. Now let's get into the Torah because I want to make sure you guys get this.
That's how I was trying to bring the Moses part.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, in the beginning, was what?
The Word.
The Word. Remember, Christians call him what? The Word. And it says the Word was Elohim. So the Word, you can't separate the Word, you can't separate the Creator. The Creator and the Word is one. There is no Son sitting over by himself.
That's right.
That ain't happening. Not the way that your brain thinking. Right? There ain't nobody over there. Nobody. Not the way that you're thinking it. Right? This is what, that thought is the same thought that Lucifer had. Oh, there got to be two. Okay, and this is what Christianity is about. It's about 2 to 3 or whatever. They got something over there going on, right? And as long as Lucifer can keep you at the 2 to 3 thing, then you will never understand covenant. Because covenant, there is only one. How is it that the Father has covenant and then you're going to turn around and only go talk to his son, like hypothetically? Notice how stupid this is. I broke covenant. We don't even do this in our own personal lives. Just say, because they're treating this Jesus as he has his company, and they're treating the Father as he has his own company, right? So if you go buy a car from this garage and you buy another car from this garage, how can they both different garages work on the? It don't make no sense. So if you got one covenant and the two of you are one, then there's only one covenant. But Christians got a whole bunch of covenants. They got a covenant with the church. They got a covenant with the pastor. They got a covenant with this person. They got a covenant with this person. They got a covenant with Baal. They got a covenant with God. Covenant with Lord. Covenant with Satan. They got all these covenants that they worshiping. O Israel. Yahuwah. Yahuwah is one. That's what it says. So the Torah, now, when you look at the 5 letters, manuscripts, at the end, it says something very important. It doesn't say Deuteronomy. That's where you get it at. It says Deuteronomy. But what is the book of Deuteronomy, if you want to call it that, it comes from a word called Davarim. Now, this word Davarim is the reason why it's Davarim. There's a reason why it's Davarim. Because the 4 books before it, all right, are summarized by the word. I'm getting a kick out of this. So it's the word that summarized the first 4 books. This is pretty deep, but this is also good. So I want to put this on the screen. I want you to see something. Look at this. Okay.
Hold on, let me move it over.
Huh?
Wait, hold on.
No, that's fine right there. Leave it alone. We're good. This word here, the Hebrew word for Davarim, see that word right there? So you see the D, but it's like the D is almost silent. Da, it's like da, and then Varim. Varim. Okay? When you look at this, it means words or things or manners or orders or sayings. So all of those 3 things there, it is the word. This is a representation of Yahusha. This is what YAHUAH is talking about in John 1:1. In the beginning was the word. So you can really say in the beginning was Deuteronomy.
Davarim. Yeah.
In the beginning was Davarim. Because that's who he is. So remember, the signature of YAHUAH is throughout. So Davarim, or the Deuteronomy, if you understand, in the Deuteronomy, in there as well, this is where all his covenant language is at. And it's also where the prayer of Moses happens, which we talked about in the book of Revelations, that we're all going to sing. The song of Moses, excuse me.
Yes.
Okay? It all comes from that. So so Davarim is the word. Okay? Nobody comes to the Father except through this word. Yahusha always talked about the word. Right? And then so from the word that is spoken in those 5 books, that word now is to deal with the matters and the orders and the sayings of YAHUAH. And this, if you want to say it, Davarim, came out of Yahusha. And because it came out of him, it solidifies the first 4 books, which came out of Yahusha, which came out of YAHUAH. Because the 2 are 1. Those 2 together, right? That's the covenant that can never be broken, can never be changed. So Lucifer came in with Christianity to slice it in the middle. And that's why he said, if you be the son, then do this. Because he thinking, I can separate these. I want to separate these. And he constantly tries to separate them. And that's what Christianity does, it's separator. It tries to mimic the Ruach HaKodesh, because the Ruach HaKodesh is a separator. So Lucifer is a separator. Y'all, that's it. I done made myself happy.
So with that, we want to see if you guys got any questions or anything you want to state or ask. We'll take this time to do it.
So
I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
I just thinking ever since the breath of Yahweh has been in me, now that I can see and know his name, I got so much insight to Lucifer's way he masters things.
The way he masters things, yeah. Because you can hear it and you can see it differently. And one thing though is it out of all the things he only asked us to do, you guys, do you know that we can't even, and I was thinking about this the other day, you can't even do anything. So you don't because in Christianity is self-righteousness, it's self-preservation. You know, it's what they do, how they do it. And if you don't go by what they do, they criticize you or they demonize you because you don't fit into their grid of doing things. You don't fit into their way of thinking, right? And then they always want to investigate you and check you out and examine you. And if you don't follow up with them and you don't do that, again, it's like it's worse than a witchcraft spirit. It's demonic in its full form. Now, what's interesting is that when you look at the words and orders of Yahuwah, that's what we see in what we call the 10 commandments, or the 10 statements, or the 10 orders. Right? And then Yahusha shows up and says, I'm not getting rid of this. There's no way he can, because he and the Father are one. He can't remove he can't remove what has been spoken to Jacob and to his seed. Every blessing that is entitled to us while we're physically here are coming from Jacob. It ain't coming, that's where it's coming from. And the favor is like, it's a lot of favor. Now, if you come off of here and every once in a while you're still doing the Lord thing and the God thing and you're still doing that, every time you do that, whether it's innocent or not, you still are summoning and welcoming, unless you cut that thing off. And you got to meditate on that name. You can't just go know about it. You got to meditate on that name. There is some things that you need to do. You got to meditate on that. And you got to put yourself where the scripture says that men will give into your bosom. I'm telling you, you got to listen. I don't know what to tell you. You got to be where you need to be. Right. You can't just expect to be somewhere and it not come to you. It will come to you if you're there where you need to be. Just get there.
Well, since we had no questions that were asked.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, guys, we love you. All right, no questions that was asked. Until next time. Go ahead. Remember, if you be in the Mashiach,
then are you Abraham's seed and you are heir according to that promise. We love you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There's no